What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Go Kumar Talks Tuesday. In this video, we're going to talk about the coronavirus and how that's going to affect road racing moving forward. Alright guys, so you guys know that the coronavirus has affected our daily lives. Right now there is a 6-foot rule. It's very common to see people walking around in face masks. You can't really meet in groups of more than 10, and a lot of other things that the coronavirus has changed. So we can't deny the fact that the coronavirus will probably affect road racing when we start racing again. I love road races. Road races, they got me all these medals. They're very popular for my channel, and when I do a road race, I love the energy of the event, the energy of the people, the energy of the runners, and also the energy from the crowds. You just can't beat that. It's a great race day situation where it really promotes you to run faster and get those PRs. So I would really love to see road racing return to what it was. But I think at the beginning, when we start bringing it back, things are going to change. And I'm going to talk to you about what may change from the beginning of the race all the way to the finish line. So when will road racing return? Well, we have to talk about the Boston Marathon. The Boston Marathon was supposed to happen last month, but they moved it all the way up to September. And I know a lot of other big races are trying to move the races to later in the fall. So I think the fall season, there will be a plethora of races to sign up for because that's when all the big races are planning to start their event again. But will those big events happen in September? I'm not really sure. I have my doubts in that. But in order for those big events to occur, I think that the small races have to occur first, because these smaller races will be a litmus test in order for these big races to happen. So what do small races look like when we first start coming back to them? Well, I think that small races will have higher race fees. I think that whenever race directors apply for the race permits, the city may limit the number of participants for the race. So say you have a 400-person race normally, they may cap it to 100. So the race directors may have to increase their race fees in order to make up for that loss in participation. So we may see a cap on races and higher pricing. So when we are at the race, there's still 100 people at the race. What's going to happen with the start corral? Are we all going to start off in the same corral, all bunched up together? I think that maybe we may move to a wave start kind of thing where we limit the number of people in the corral and we start them off in waves. So the first 20 people will go off and then the next 20 people will go off after that. So wave starts may be a thing in the future. Or we may just have an open start where the start line is open for a certain amount of time and the time limit of the race is extended. So you can start whenever you want to. It's just the open kind of start where you just start whenever you want to and everything is based on chip time. So maybe that's gonna happen when we start opening up races again. All right, so let's talk about when we start running the race. What's going to happen there? Are we going to be forced to do the 6-foot rule? Are they going to penalize us for being too close to each other during a race? Similar to like an Ironman, whenever you're on the bike, you have to keep a certain distance from the racer in front of you, and you have to announce that you're going to be passing, and you have a certain amount of time to pass the biker in front of you. Is that going to be a thing when we're doing road races, where we have to announce and have a certain time to pass? I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that, but who knows, maybe there'll be some other restrictions like a face mask. Are we going to have to race with a face mask? I know that in the Texas summers, with the humidity and the heat, we will be sweating our butts off, and if that face mask gets all sweaty like it probably will, it'll be almost like waterboarding ourselves while we are running. So hopefully race directors don't even think about having us race in race masks, because I don't even think I would even want to run a race with a face mask at all. All right, so let's talk about the aid stations. What are the aid stations going to look like when we first start coming back to racing? Are there even going to be aid stations? I know when the coronavirus first started that a lot of the big races started having water bottles at the races instead of cups that volunteers filled. Maybe that's what we're going to move to, a water bottle form of hydration at all races. Or we may just have hydrationless races where we have to carry our own hydration with a bottle of water or a CamelBak on our back. Maybe CamelBaks and water bottles will be in our future when we start running again. And then finally, let's talk about the finish line. The finish line, we're going to finish and then we're going to go straight through, and then we're probably just going to have to grab our own medal. There's not going to be anybody handing us a medal. Just going to grab a medal and then go off to the finishing chute where you just pick up whatever food they give you in a prepackaged bag or plasticware, and we just go off and do our race, and there's no real party at the end. We just kind of finish the race and go home. All right, so those are some of the scenarios that I think may change in racing. I hope it doesn't change, but I do believe that something will change in racing. We're not going to come back to racing like we knew it before. Things will have to change in order for us to come back, and maybe in a couple of years things will be backed off and we'll return to racing like we knew it before. And I hope that really happens, because I love the way that racing was before this coronavirus thing ever happened. So let me know what you guys think about my thoughts of racing after the coronavirus. Do you think any of these things will happen? Do you think that I'm being crazy and that we're just going to return to racing like it was before? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think that racing will be like post-coronavirus. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.